Hello and welcome to another video. If you're new around here, my name is the Diamond Bullet, and today I'm going to be talking about these energy drinks as well as the future of my writing, which is coming very soon after my previous video. If you hear bangs and screams in the background, that's just kids playing in the middle of the road, bashing balls against garage doors, because that's what kids do. So in my last video, I mentioned Rogue Energy won't ship the energy drink cans internationally. I received an answer from them today. They said it's because of the weight. So the weight of these cans is significant. As you can imagine, it's a pack of 12. And the shipping costs are significant to make them international. Which would mean they would have to increase the shipping fees or the price of the energy drinks themselves, probably the shipping fees for worldwide, and it will make it unaffordable. Now, I don't know if there's any way I can get around that because these would be cool to try. I would definitely love to compare these to Dubbies. So I am going to see if I can figure something out with both companies for the far future. And because Dubbies, I think, don't have a problem shipping to my country, from what I know. So there's that's the answer to that. Now over to here, you can see we're on 284 views. I'm just going to refresh. Chapter 6 was released today at 9 a.m. Time is currently 7 p.m., so almost 12 hours ago. And is performing okay. And the feedback I've got on it is positive. And bearing in mind, these views, I haven't done any advertising still. The only advertising I've done of these videos, a TikTok video, which hasn't done anything, and a mention of it on my live streams. That's all that's been there. I am playing this game still in the background. My friend's stall is there. I'm here. I'm trying to sell my horses. Back to this. So I'm also going to discuss what's next. So Legends of Diamond and Jaden, Bonds Beyond Worlds, is going to last for 35 total chapters, which is a significant amount of chapters for someone's first release. It is very out there, very not known. But I have been working on this one for a while. Well, I've been working on planning something for a while, and then I watched In Another World with my smartphone, and that gave me more ideas for my plot line. That's all it was. Now all three of my I haven't released a number yet, but all three of my first three published series are going to be AI assisted. It will say it on the pages, and that's because I am using AI to help me with the layout, not the contents, not the main structure, just the layout, the way it's laid out, and any plot holes I can't fix. So Legends of Diamond and Jaden is going to be 35 chapters long, and it will end on chapter 35. When it ends on chapter 35, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to start work on my next endeavor, which, if we go here, I actually have some art. So this is the current cover for the Legends of Diamond and Jaden Bonds Beyond Worlds. Well, that's a lie. This is the current cover. It says my name on the bottom. But this is the main cover. This is a bigger version of the cover, and it would make a great poster. Just look how great of a poster that'd make. Remove the text. It'd be sick. Maybe I will release it as a poster if I can remove the text. If I can figure that out, we'll see. Then Onyx, the Alpha Awakens. This is going to be my next novel. Now, without giving away too much, it is going to follow the storyline of a female protagonist. And it is going to be set in a world where there are animal spirits that choose who they go with from the age of 16. So when someone turns 16, a spirit chooses them. And obviously, considering that she's the main character, Onyx here is going to go through some issues. That's all I'm going to say. This is going to be broken down into 3 separate volumes, totaling 20 chapters. So it's going to be shorter and more spread out than The Legends of Diamond and Jaden, but it's going to be more to the point and more laid back and more of a casual read rather than the mess that we have. And again, this would make a great poster. Now the next one is a bit different. Black Wings, The Rise of the Raven. Now, this one is themed more around realism than fantasy like the other two. The main plot line is a guy gets betrayed and starts fighting in the underground scene, making a name for himself, and he calls himself the Raven. That's all I can really say. He has a signature tattoo on his left arm of a raven. I do like this cover. It's more of a classical cover to the other two. This one's more of a full anime style cover. This one's more of a gloomy, mysterious kind of cover, and this one's more of a classical cover. Ironically, same artist for all 3, because that's just how I roll. And one thing I am gonna say about this one that's different to the others, the character doesn't start looking like this. Whoever's being really loud next to me needs to sod off. That is really annoying. I'm gonna mute it because it's even hurting my brain. Back to this. So it's a completely different storyline to any of these. Completely different genre, if you would. And all 3 are 3 different unique takes of ideas that I've had. So this one was massively inspired by In Another World with my smartphone. These 2 don't have inspiration. I mean, you could say this one's inspiration could be like Rocky or something, but it's not, because it's completely different. And this one is a fully unique idea that I just came up with one day in my notepad. Now, this one wouldn't make as good of a poster design as this one or this one. I like this one more. And another thing I am going to say, the main characters in this one look very young compared to what they are. And that's because when they begin, the Diamond character, yes, he's serious, yeah, he's concentrated. But the Jaden character is distracted and childish and just full on aggressive. And that's why they look like that. I had plans to release other art based on their progression through the story, and it works out quite well, to be fair. but I do like this. I do like this. This one, a lot of people are gonna hate me for. And I couldn't care less. No, it does not make me a furry writing this novel. It does not mean I like furries. It does not mean I love furries. It does not mean I hate furries. The point of this is it's how the world in the story works. And like I said, this one's going to be the shortest out of the three. And this is already more information than I was planning on giving. Ironically, I recorded this video once without recording. So this one I'm going to enjoy writing. This one I'm going to hate ending, and this one's going to be a challenge through and through. That's just the way it is. And these arts are all, well, apart from that one, which is actually the cover art now. These two are just concept designs. They could change because, like I said, if I'm doing 2 chapters a week for 35 chapters, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. That's 17 weeks. Yeah, 17-ish weeks total from beginning to end. And then there's a break. Then I begin the official work on Onyx, the Alpha Awakens. And then another break. And then I begin the massive work on Black Wings, The Rise of the Raven. Then after that, I'll plan what's next. I'm not going to make the mistake I just made and plan the next 2 whilst I'm writing 1, because it's confused me. It has. And I would not advise you do this if you decide to start writing. Don't plan way ahead. But I've done it anyway. So, like I said, this one might not be released for until December, if you really think about it. Considering my break, and things, this one might not be released. This could even get released next year. And I'm talking about it now because I can and because I've planned it, and there's no point hiding what I've planned. If I do start a writing-based Patreon, it will all be discussed there. The idea behind the Patreon would be this, but on there. So I'll do breakdowns of each chapter, not just every. Well, it's supposed to be every 10, but we got major information regarding Rogue Energy. It's a breakdown of every chapter without giving away the story. It'll be questions and answers. People can ask me questions about my writing journey, and stuff like that. So let's go back to this. Refresh this. Still 284. So I think this isn't going to get as many views now as it will when it's complete, because I already know a couple of people who aren't going to read it until it's complete. And that makes sense because it means you don't have to wait for anything. Even if it's going to take me weeks. So as you can see, there's no scheduled releases yet because Chapter 7 is still in the works massively. Chapter 7 will be coming out on Friday, hopefully. Because I have had issues when I was releasing Chapter 4, where Chapter 4 wasn't actually ready to be released until 11 p.m. the night before. So, bearing in mind I release these all at 9 a.m., Now, these ones I didn't. These ones I am. Yeah, my voice is going, I think. So, I write them. I do read every single chapter before I upload it. I then also read the previous chapter's ending to make sure that I've made it flow right, because I would hate to make it not. And I'm loving the journey I'm taking. So yeah, so we've got roughly another 30 chapters of this to come, and I've almost got them all planned out, layout wise. And I've even got some more character art based on future characters, which if I made a Patreon would be on that. So it's all fun. Would you guys like to see chapters of the books I write? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the total three. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments below as well. I think the more questions I get, the more I'll answer, the more I'll be ready. And also, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Do check out the links in the description. Links to this will be in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So remember, Rogue Energy will not ship the energy cans worldwide because of cost. Dubby, I'm not sure of. I will figure out, and I will see if I can work a way out to get them, because I would like to compare them. And remember, each of them, should you want to get your own, have a code. Dubby's is TDB10 for 10% off, and Rogue Energies is D14MOND, or Diamond, but with 14 because Diamond was already taken, for also 10% off. The links, I think, automatically apply the codes, so you don't need to worry about it, and you apply them on checkout. That's all the information I have for you right now. So thank you for coming out and watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!